Brett Paradis began his broadcasting career in 1979 at KLGR in Redwood Falls under the guidance of his father, Mel. After gaining additional experience in Iowa, Brett and his wife, Barb, purchased KXRA in Alexandria in 1988, laying the foundation for the Paradis broadcasting. For more than 3 decades, his stations became trusted community voices, delivering local news, high school sports, weather coverage, and support for countless civic events. Brett has also served as the president of the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and has been deeply involved in community leadership, earning honors such as the Christian Service Leadership Award and even a citywide Brett Paradis Day in Alexandria. Today, he continues to serve the industry he loves as a corporate advisor for Leighton Media, proudly following in the footsteps of his late father, a fellow Hall of Fame inductee, Brett Paradis.
So it's the perfect day. Today is National Beach Party Day. Now, just a note for the guys who are headed to the beach today, or any time for that matter, according to a survey, 99% of women say that men should not be wearing Speedos.
When people say, go to the radio station, they always come here. We know that there's other radio stations in town, but when they refer to the radio station, they come here. It's Brett, it's the Parody name.
On the upside, they say that only about 2% of men are comfortable wearing a Speedo. Of course, whenever I go to the beach, I end up sitting next to one of those 2% guys. So if you're heading to the beach to celebrate
One of our
National
program directors and our news director would do a lot of banter. They would start talking, say, you know what, I haven't had a good apple pie in a while. You know what, I haven't either. It'll be great. I guarantee you over the next couple days, we will have about 6 to 7 apple pies at the front desk. That not only is the power of radio, that's the power of community.
It's because of the reputation that he has built in this community. When you say that you work at KXRA, Z99, KX92, it holds more value because of everything that Brett has built in this community.
Everybody respects Brett Parody. I've never heard anybody in town, 33 years that I've been here, say anything bad about Brett Parody. He bought this place in 1989, I believe, and the station wasn't doing anything as far as revenue. I think he even took out a couple of loans from the bank just to make sure that the people got paid, and he grew it into the business that it is today.
Brett didn't just manage the team here. He gave us the tools that we needed, the trust. He just empowered us.
I never dreamed that I would be here for 33 years, but because of Brett Parody, that's all the more reason to stay here. He just makes a person feel comfortable.
It was very much a family. That is something that he built, the good relationships within the 4 walls here. And he always drove us to do better. He expects excellence, which does not mean perfection, just meaning that you did it to the best of your ability.
You had to think of a couple things that you learned most from him. What would that be?
Take care of your team. These are the people who go to battle for you every single day. You set goals, you motivate them, you push them. And when you do that and they know you have their back, they work harder for you. It's not just, yes, it was Brett's company, but we all felt we had a sense of ownership. When we won, we won. It wasn't just, hey, I'm the leader, here we go. Brett was on the trenches with you.
Here's a guy who defined small market radio and how it can be successful. You look at a lot of small markets in the state of Minnesota, anywhere in the upper Midwest, anywhere in the country for that matter, and they sound and feel like small radio stations. No, this was a business that we knew would grow and grow. And I think everybody who still operates independently as a small market broadcaster can learn a lot from Brett. He taught me and the rest of the staff the importance of keeping it local. I never really understood the importance of that until I got here. That's how a community survives.
He's just a really good guy. I mean, he's truly an amazing person.
You've made a difference how you led the team here and how you have taught me to be a great employee and to serve my community, and I appreciate that.
As a broadcaster, you have to care about the town and the community that you serve, care about your employees. It doesn't just mean you do the schedule, you hire them, you write them a paycheck. You have to care about them. As an employee, as a person, as their family, you have to care. You have to care about the product that goes out. You make a mistake, you make it right. And I think that is what Brett's legacy is. He cared.
Brett always admitted, I never was a great salesperson, I was a horrible radio person. Look at Brett Paradis. He's in the Minnesota Broadcasters Hall of Fame, so anybody can be there.
Please welcome to the stage 2025 Minnesota Broadcasters Hall of Fame inductee, Brett Paradis.
Oh, I tell you what, there's nothing quite like small town radio broadcasting. Love it. Absolutely love it. As you all know, everything in radio tends to happen in small increments of time, 30, 60, 90 seconds, 4-minute, 5-minute newscast, whatever it might be. And if you've worked the air shifts, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I want you to join me as I attempt to summarize 45 years in this wonderful business in 4 or 5 minutes. And consider with me what happens in a typical year. I was thinking of Chris Fee, when we saw him tonight and the things that he's involved in. I kind of went, oh yeah, I understand exactly where he's at. But in a year, a typical year, if you're really doing a good job serving your community, we do things like this. We dialogue with the mayor, the county commissioners, the school administrators, the teachers, the hospital administrators, the doctors, law enforcement, legislators, listeners. You do it all the time. You do it every day. We work closely with the Chamber of Commerce, the Economic Development Team. They call us. They want to talk. How can we help? Nonprofit organizations all over the community. All the business leaders. We provide play-by-play of high school sports. Lou, I know what you're talking about there. And now, of course, even in radio, we're video streaming, live streaming the games as well with the play-by-play. And our sports director, D-Mac, is here tonight. He knows what that's all about. And people love it. It's fun to be able to be in a small community and still offer those kinds of things. We interview hundreds of student athletes and coaches every year. We regularly host all kinds of large events throughout the community. We provide some talented marketing people to help our clients grow their businesses, and that's really important. We keep people informed and safe during thunderstorms, tornadoes, blizzards, and like Chris said, you help them find their dogs too, if that's what it takes. In so many ways, we get to be the glue that helps to hold the community together and challenges it to grow and to prosper. And I've always felt like if you have some radio stations and a good website in a small community, and I still believe this to be even more so important today, you can be a blessing to that community like nobody else. Just like nobody else. We can be detrimental too if we're not careful and smart, but we can really be a huge blessing to the community, and I think that's what we've been able to do. I learned early on it's a complex industry, and it's gotten a lot more complex, so I surrounded myself with some high-quality, hard-working, forward-thinking people, the kind who would help shape my vision, pull together with me for good, so that we could really make a difference in the community and do a whole lot more than I ever thought. And what a great team we built in Alexandria. It took 32 years to accomplish a lot of the things we did, but great years. A number of my team is here tonight, sitting right back here, and I just want to say thank you, team, for making the drive down. It's an honor, really, for me just to have you here. My parents laid down a great foundation for my younger siblings and me. They taught us the value of honesty and optimism, enthusiasm, a strong work ethic. They showed us how to treat others with dignity and respect and how to honor God with our decisions, and it worked. As you know, my dad was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2008, and he passed about a decade ago, but I know that he would be smiling tonight. My mother, however, is still full of life, and she is here tonight. And so, Mom, I just want to say, hey, thank you for loving me as only a mother can, no matter what. My kids are here, Meg and Drew, and with their wonderful spouses. My kids learned about the values of small business ownership and the reality of what it is to be in charge, but not really. They dragged the vacuums across the floor at the radio station when they were young. They participated in the supper time chatter about the business just about every night, and those were some great evenings. We had a lot of fun. They didn't complain when I might have to leave to get to a transmitter site, even on Christmas Day. In fact, my daughter joined me on Christmas Day for one of those trips. So when it came time to sell the business, you know, it just seemed like everything was invested in that. I was 60, and I was deeply concerned about it in late 2019. I was concerned about what would happen to my team. That was the main issue. So I got a hold of Bob Layton. He and I met and sat across the sandbox, you might say, and put together a deal. And we both knew it was a great fit, and I'm proud to say that Layton Media has carried on that legacy that we painstakingly built in Alexandria several years later now. And it's a privilege for me, in fact, to continue in the industry as Layton's corporate advisor. But the best part, really, is that it's part-time. So, in closing, you need to know that if it weren't for one person who stood in front of the church with me some 42 years ago, I wouldn't even be here tonight. No question about it. My amazing wife, Barb, is here tonight. Barb, you've supported me, encouraged me, straightened me out more than a few times, and it's amazing. So thank you for your love and for your commitment through all these years. And in closing, I just want to say thank you to the Minnesota Broadcasters Association, an organization I really hold dear to my heart, and to the Hall of Fame Committee too. I'm a man blessed, so thank you.